Imagine you're sitting at home watching your favorite TV show when your phone begins to ring. You locate your phone and answer it just to get the most gut wrenching news of your entire life. Your loved one has passed away. They died in the doorway of an abandoned house on a random street. You later learn from the hospital that they had overdosed on heroin that had been laced with another drug. Sarah Polner didn't have to imagine this when her only daughter, Olivia Mahaney, passed away. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health Data on Youth and Young Adults, more than 5,700 youth in 2014 reported using prescription pain relievers without doctor's guidance for the first time. Drug abuse is a rising issue in the world and in the youth and young adults of this nation. The next person who's greatly affected by drug abuse could very well be the people sitting next to you in class or studying with you in the library. Today we are going to be looking at the implications of drug abuse on users, how we can attempt to curb the number of abusers, and the benefits in doing so with regards to mental and physical health. Drug abuse has serious negative implications on the user's health. It can weaken your immune system and make you more susceptible to many different illnesses and diseases. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, tobacco can cause many cancers, methamphetamine can cause severe dental problems, known as meth mouth, and opioids can lead to overdose and death. In addition, some drugs, such as inhalants, may damage or destroy nerve cells, either in the brain or peripheral nervous system. Taking drugs can make your immune system much weaker and make you way more susceptible to diseases like cardiovascular disease, stroke, cancer, AIDS, and lung disease. Despite all of these risks, people continue to go back to the drugs that they have been taking, and that's because drug abuse can also lead to severe addiction. When you're addicted to a drug, you are willing to take whatever risk necessary in order to get the same high that you've always gotten before. Because of that, it's much easier to overdose on the drug and to die from the overdose. This can also lead to brain damage when you pass out from taking drugs for too long and your brain is not working the way it's supposed to. Drug abuse can also affect your mental health. It can affect your stress, anxiety, and depression and heighten all of those feelings in you. It can also make you impulsive and make you do stupid things. It's no question that marijuana can impair your response times, but some drugs also impair your self-control. This makes you very impulsive, and it might start out as a mean name that you called somebody or a text you probably shouldn't have sent, but it could also end up being you getting behind the wheel of a car and ending someone's life for good. Despite all of these risks, people still go back to drugs over and over again. And that's because they're addicted and they think the risk is worth the reward. Now that we've identified the seriousness of drug abuse, we can look at what can be done to help fix it. There are many different ways that you can help try to curb the amount of people who are abusing drugs, and one of those is that you can spread awareness. It's very important for people to be able to identify if people in their life might be using drugs. So a great way to do that is to make a social media post or just get the word out there about the different ways that people can have warning signs that they're doing drugs. You can also share the information of who to call or where to go if you are doing drugs and you're looking for help. So a hotline number or a rehab center in your local area. You can share that on social media, through text message, any way you can. In an ever-growing technological world, social media is a great way to get the word out there and spread information to everyone. You can also talk with your friends and family and let them know all of this information, and you can also offer yourself as a safe space for people to go to get information without judgment and to find a place to go to get the help that they need. Community involvement is also a great way to spread the word. Local schools, churches, and community centers are going to want you to work with them so that they can help the community any way that they can. Schools are a great way to reach the youth and young adults of your community, and it's a great way to spread this information to people before they might be in too much of trouble. Churches are also going to be a great way to reach the young adults and the adults that are in the community who might need the most help. Community centers are also a great way. You can work on putting flyers up, you can work on passing out pamphlets, just sharing information. And you can get all of the numbers for these places through a simple Google search. You could attend a school board meeting. You could just go to church one Sunday, have a meeting with the pastor, and talk to them about ways that you can help this community attempt to slow the spread of drug abuse. Now that we've looked at what we can do to lower the amount of drug abuse, we can talk about the benefits to making these changes. As said earlier, drug abuse has serious negative implications on people's health and their well-being. Slowing the amount of people who are abusing drugs is going to save many, many lives. People are going to become less addicted, which will lead to less risk for overdose and less risk for death. They will also have stronger immune systems and have less risk for many of the diseases and illnesses listed earlier. Just a simple Facebook post might save someone's life. Today we have looked at the seriousness of drug abuse in youth, the different ways we can work to stop drug abuse, and the benefits that come with it. According to the Gateway Foundation, an organization that focuses on helping people with drug addictions, in the past 12 months, 212,000 people aged 12 or older have used heroin for the first time. This very well could be a sister, a brother, a cousin, an aunt, and uncle, and you may not have even noticed. That's why it's very important that we spread this information about the warning signs and where to go to get help. We need to take a stand and do all we can to help those in need of it. So go home, think about what was said here today, and maybe post something on Facebook. Call the school board, call your local church, call your community center, go to a school board meeting, make informational pamphlets, make informational flyers, get the local rehab center's number, get a hotline number, and just start spreading this information any way you can. Tell somebody, tell your neighbor, tell your brother, tell your uncle, post something on social media, and just get the word out there. As Nelson Mandela, former president of South Africa and Nobel Peace Prize winner, once said, "It is in your hands to make a better world for all who live in it."